Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Have to take a break from playing this game. Whoo! Man, people thought that I've been off for a while because of Diablo. We got something to talk about, and that's this little vixen right here. You see her? You see her? Hold on, let me go closer. There we go. There we go. Oh man. You want to talk about this game? Then hold on. I got the cord stuck because that's like literally the light counterweight. Let me angle you back. There you go. If you fall on me, this is gonna be very embarrassing. I might filter this out, but hold on. I think I screwed you up again. Gotta get you perfect. Perfect. The first Descendant. I'll fix this in a second. We gotta talk about this game. This is a third person, and it's free.
No way!
It's a free looter shooter game, cooperative, multi-platform, that's been created, produced, developed by Nexon. The piece of ignorance is in the hands of the Descendants, who inherited their power from their ancestors. It all began 100 years ago. The Vulgus crossed over the dimension, destroyed castles, and used humans as sacrifice for their experimental subjects. Then the Colossus appeared, devastating literally everything on the earth. And it's up to you, the first Descendant, to stop them. I have been waiting a year for this game to come out. When I found out about the first Descendant a year ago, I've looked at gameplay footages, I've seen like videos and clips, and I'm like, what the hell is this? This is not on my system. This is not on PlayStation 5. But they have the list. I mean, they have like the board for it, and it was on wish list. So I had to like subscribe to that, and hopefully they'll update me. But they updated me like a whole year later, and it's finally out. And I have to apologize to you guys because I haven't posted anything in a long time. Why? Because I have been enjoying myself. People thought that I was playing Diablo 4, but I had to take a break. I've maxed out one of my character stats. I got her doing a 200 nightmare dungeon, and it is brutal. It's brutal. Tough, but I feel like the best way for you to test out your character's stats, you gotta let them go through the full potential ratio of seeing if everything works out, and that's the best way to do it. But I haven't been doing that. Some people thought that I've gotten away for a while for a business trip to propose to my girlfriend, and that's not happening until next week. And I actually had some funny predictions. Some people thought that I was kidnapped and apprehended by Sweet Baby Inc.
Yes. I think you really should calm down. Yeah, you really should. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes. You should even apologize for something that happened in the last game, don't you think? Yeah.
No. I was playing this. I took a break from Diablo to play this. And again, I have to take a week. I even took a day off so I can play more of the first Descendant. This game is just that fucking addicting. And the crazy thing is, I don't even like shooting games. I don't. So why do I like this game so much? Because it is addicting, it is satisfying. Even if you don't have friends to play with, the game is that damn good. So by me, that's saying this game is great, and I don't like third-person shooters. It's like a vegan telling you how good the steak is. You want me to go further? Because I can go further. It's like how a fat person tells you how good the salad is. And salad is like their kryptonite. We can go further? Because I can go further. How about we go a little vulgar? It's like a lesbian liking good dick. And she just turned into it. Gave in. Submitted to it. Like Griffith from Berserk. I submit. I've done that to a couple lesbians in my lifetime. And I think that's better than having a threesome. Let me stop. Because I'm getting off track. You can't go deeper than that. But the first Descendant will take you to that page. I don't like third-person shooting games. But I like this. And if you like third-person shooting games, I'm telling you niggas, the ones that's into Call of Duty, the ones that's into the Fortnites and Apex Legends, get into this. Because this is an hour killer. And it's an hour killer of addiction and perfection. The game picks up at a very fair pace, but in a pace where it's not taking you off the market, it's not taking you off the track, it's putting you into the brink of just understanding the whole game terminology, knowing you, like, giving you the, like the story to it, which is what I explained in the headline. The world is being eradicated. It's up to you to try to stop it. And they give you this like list of descendants to choose from. Now you have more descendants to choose later into the game when you progress further enough, but they give you a handful of them just so you can get the feel of the game, to get the feel of the combat, to get, just to get the feel into the whole project that is introduced to you. And I thought that was great. I thought that was a very good way for us to get started into the game, for us to get hooked into it. And it's like a prologue per se. And I thought that, it was necessary. I don't want to be pulled into this game without me knowing what the hell what was I doing, what all the fuss was about. So they gave me a simple gesture of just saying like, hey look, choose your class so you can know what the hell's going on, and then they show like certain cutscenes. And each of these descendants have their own little types of abilities and little specials that they can pull off. Some have poison, some have like explosives, some has defense. It's an elemental third person RPG, looter shooting game. So when you choose a class, you choose a way how you can defend yourself and be in the offensive line of defeating these enemies. And the more you find descendants, the more you have more choices to choose from. And to prevent certain confusions, you only choose a descendant to choose the way how you can apprehend certain battle obstacles. When it comes to weapons, you keep those weapons and you can use it for any descendant possible. And I was worried because I was like, man, if I choose another descendant, are they going to have their own weapons that I have to master? No, just their classes. Just their abilities. That's it. And I was like, okay, cool. It's simple, straightforward, to the point. my only complaint is the fact that even though it pulls you into the combat and how fluid the game is, I kind of wish they kind of like added some cutscenes to the specials and the abilities that you was using, so it can get you more in depth and get you more impact into the gameplay itself. The combat, like I said, is fluid. It's just as fluid as you using like abilities, because I use how do you say her name? Vienna, the ice chick. I was using her a lot, but then I ended up using Bunny, and Bunny ended up being one of my favorite mains of all time. I love Bunny so much, and every time it's like choosing a car. When you pick a car and you think that no one's using it, everybody's using it, and that's how Bunny is. Everybody has Bunny in their whole fucking radar, especially the ultimate Bunny.
Where's the bunny?
But the abilities is just as fluid as the combat. In fact, so fluid, in fact, that I was surprised of how good the shooting mechanics was. No matter what weapons I was using, as for an AK, an RPG, a rifle, and I think rifles here are broken, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. I was using a rifle that was like a little bit underpowered, but I just love the way how the fucking thing kicks. I like the simple shot that it does. And I was like just obliterating enemies left and fucking right. Or maybe it has something to do with this controller that I bought, the Vtrix controller. I would highly recommend you guys getting this controller, especially if you guys are into third-person shooters. I told my cousin about this about this controller. I just love how this whole thing has like impulse triggers. This whole damn thing, like it's like these things are so fucking simple. So sensitive. They're like nipples. They're like nipples, dude. And when I used my regular Pro controller and it was playing good and I tried this out, I was like, okay, I'm using this from now on. a highly good recommendation. If you guys want this controller, I'll send you the link in the description box. After you get enough dialogue and get enough chemistry and you know enough about the whole story and just how to play, this is when they send you to headquarters, Albion, the Albion station. And this is when they show you everything. They show you the resources, they show you the stations, they show you even characters roaming around with their whole little costumes and stuff like that. And this is where I begin to like the game and hate the game, because even though they gave me missions of just how to do certain things, like how to upgrade, you know, your mastery level instead of just leveling up your characters per se, they have a couple of different ways of how you level up. You level up your character as much as you use them, and you have a mastery class, which is your profile level up as well. They show you certain ways of how the game mechanics work when it comes to you progress through the game. But when it comes to you trying to be stronger and try to get certain materials and how to use them, they're kind of picky of how to explain that shit. Which is what comes to the point where you probably need friends to play with you, because I played it with a couple of my good buddies, and one of them, Bioshock Devin William, don't know him, then you guys should check out my videos. He is always on my streams. He was explaining how everything was working for me, and I was a little weirded out. I was like, how the hell do you know about all this? But that's because a game like this, some people would pick up on different things than other people does. And he was showing me how most of these things operated. And I felt like they should just show like a tutorial run. They have like this robot that explains certain things, but I feel like it should be more of a straightforward dialogue of how you can do this correctly by you guiding me step by step to it. Because what's gonna happen when you just show like a box screen, we gotta read it, majority of the times we're gonna skip it. And I'm like that sometimes too. And I feel like by this being on a looter shooter game, you shouldn't do that on this. It should be like a cutscene, you just tell me where to go. If it was like a regular RPG, and I know I gotta read most of the dialogue, then we got a game here. But I feel like that was like a bad mixture case of just us understanding how everything works when it comes to the whole crafting system and how to dismantle shit, how to upgrade certain varieties of aspects to put in your weapons. If you're gonna, as soon as you get to Albion Station after you're done with the prologue, other than you doing a story, you're gonna be confused. I guarantee you. Playing online with friends is great. It's a breeze. In fact, kind of too easy in certain ways. I'm already getting close to completing this game. I just need to do a couple more rounds and then I can unlock hard mode so I can get more better loots as I do certain missions. But it's very hard to do missions on your own. I thought it'd be the opposite. You do missions by yourself and it's easier. You do missions with friends, the enemies like difficulty increases. I mean, I don't mind that, but the reason why I'm saying that is because when the game came out here and I was playing with friends, the servers was bad. It was terrible. And they're slowly fixing and cooking up the server link ratio so we won't have to go through any like certain disconnects and stuff like that, because we was going through that a lot. So it kind of put me on a discouragement level of just me playing by myself. And by me doing that, I kept getting kicked out. So this what came to the point of me trying to understand the game's mechanics, and just trying to understand how to craft, how to use my loot properly instead of just going AWOL and just scavenging shit that I probably don't need to scavenge, or using like a legendary item to upgrade a weapon that's like a level 4 or 5 or some shit like that, and I might have to just spend tooth and nail for like 5 or 6 hours getting that same fucking item to use it again. So yeah, I feel like the server should be an improvement at this point. Helldivers went through the same damn thing, and it makes me question the developers. If this is a very anticipated game, the first thing you need to do, other than giving us a good game, you need to have your servers up in check. No excuse. By this being a looter shooter game, this gains us a lot of interest by us increasing what we like about this game so much. Who does not like a looter shooter game when you shoot, kill, and just go through that profound state of just obliterating enemies and you just get loot all over the place, right? I do. That's the reason why I love RPGs so much, why I love Diablo so much, why I love Baldur's Gate so much, why I love Summoner so much, why I love Dungeons and Dragons to begin with. And honestly, by me playing the first Descendant, it made me want to question how good Destiny is. It made me question how good Apex Legends is. I am still not touching Fortnite though. But it made me wonder, like, how good are these games, and was me missing out on these games was a disservice to me? Honestly, I'm getting to an age now where I just really can't look back anymore. I feel like whatever is ahead of me is what I'm gonna go to. And Apex Legends and Destiny, those might be the two games I might try out on my radar, but we'll see how the whole story holds. But the other 50% of the interest of this game that's gonna get you addicted is just the cosmetics itself. And what I mean by that is, when you play this game, when you roam around the Albion station and the headquarters, or just doing missions in other areas, you're gonna notice people running around with different outfits, especially the women. There was a lot of times I saw Bunny, and I keep getting her name, Vanessa. You know who I'm talking about. There'll be times I see like a lot of female characters running around, and they would like have like these good like outfits. Like some like mine be just like, you know, like maidens. Some be just like schoolgirls, principals and stuff. I am a critic teacher after all. So I was like, man, where the hell did they get all this? And I thought this was by game progression. I thought if you just unlock it by just playing the game, or just scavenging certain materials so you can do like a research propaganda so it can unlock later into the game's progression, then you can get it. But that's with characters. That's with characters and weapons. This is how they get your money. By this game being free, they have to make a budget. They got servers that need to fix, right? So that costs money. So that money goes into the cosmetics. You have to buy these. And they're expensive. They're expensive as hell. Normally I'd be against that stuff, but this game is free. Only way if I was against it is if I already bought the digital deluxe edition, however they fucking do it, and it was like 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 or $100 or whatever, however they roll. If they decide to go all Ubisoft on my ass and they're still having paid microtransactions behind it, that's what pisses me off. But by this game being free, by this game being enjoyable, by this game being addicting, by this game being fun, by this game being a satisfying looter shooter game, by this game pulling me into the third person shooter aspect, by this game being so much of an addiction to the point where I play it by myself, by this game being so fun to the point where I have to look certain obstacles of this game being difficult, I bought some cosmetics. I have to give credit to what credit is due. And I feel like by this game being free and enjoyable for all the aspects that I've mentioned, I want to support it by buying some cosmetics. And I feel like for people that buy cosmetics on a free-to-play game, it's not bad. I feel like only way if it's bad is if you already paid for the game. You gave them your hard-earned money, you bought the expansion, you bought the DLCs, and they still having like pay-to-win cosmetics that you should just unlock by just playing the game itself. The first Descendant is not like that. You play this game, the game is free to play, you unlock new weapons, you unlock better weapons, so it's not pay to win, it's pay to look good. And I will tell you that I did buy some cosmetics, I bought a lot of them, but I'm a little bit embarrassed to tell you how much I spent on them. I feel like Lois from Family Guy when she was gambling and she betted her car. I might as well did that because I spent $400 on cosmetics on this game. But I'll probably hold that to a torch. You play the first Descendant, you might be like me, but I'm a bad influence, so please don't. Overall, this game was great. I'm trying to hurry this up because I got something I need to do, and that is to continue playing this. I just found an area on this game where you can just keep farming the same mission. You can farm every mission, but this mission gives you so much XP. I was on level 10 when I started this mission, and I'm already on level, holy shit, I'm on level 21 in under an hour. Yeah. I might not go to work tomorrow if this keeps up, but my manager doesn't watch this video. But anyway, this game is great. This game is fun. This game is free. There's no reason for you fuckers to not get this fucking game. If you guys been seeing this all over the billboards and all over social media and posts on Reddit and Facebook and YouTube or Instagram, however you roll with social media, it's not an overhyped game. It's worth the hype, it's worth the interest, it's worth the value, it's worth the voice, it is worth your time. Get the first Descendant. And wherever platform you roll with, hey, add me. We can play together. I always leave my PlayStation link in the description box from all my videos. Trevor, whatever. It's whatever. Try out the game. I'm gonna have to give the first Descendant a B-. I love this game a lot. The reason why I gave it a low rating was because of the issues that I mentioned. What makes a good game is to make it connectable for other people to play. Until they get these servers fixed, then I would up the rating, but it's too late. The review is already out. And the same thing when it comes to you being confused with just how these whole things work when it comes to you crafting materials and just you getting the whole loot scenario correctly done. You're gonna confuse people, and I feel like you need to do that. You need to do a better job when it comes to explaining how these whole loot systems work. You do those right, then I would have gave it a better rating. And hell, I think I probably would have given it an A+ if that was the case, because other than those two things that I mentioned, this game is still not perfect, but it's acceptably done to the point where I love this game so much. Oh, I gotta finish playing this. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this game, but it's calling me. It's calling me right now. I'm sorry, Lilith. The Diablo poster is literally looking at me right now. Hey, but look, man. Hey, I'll holler at you on October when your DLC comes out. But other than that, that's all I got to say for today. Please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and I hope you guys have a good day.